So here's a question for you. Are you really getting the absolute most out of your design software?
Or do you sometimes feel like you're hitting, frustrating limits, things that slow you down or maybe even stop you considering certain types of work?
It's easy to stick with what you know, right?
Mhm.
Especially with tools like AutoCAD and MicroStation. They've been around for ages, really foundational in a lot of industries.
Absolutely. They're super well established, used everywhere, and there are good reasons for that, obviously.
Definitely. But today, we're doing a bit of a deep dive. We've got some source material that looks really closely at MicroStation, specifically its technical side.
Yeah, and our goal here is really to pull out what this material claims are the key advantages, the practical benefits of MicroStation.
And explore how those might actually, enhance your workflow, maybe even let you tackle bigger, more complex projects.
What's interesting is how the source frames these features. It's not just tech specs, it's about how they impact things like efficiency, reliability.
And handling all the complex data we deal with now. Okay, so let's get into it. What's the first thing?
Well, right off the bat, the source makes a pretty strong claim about stability.
Right.
It suggests MicroStation is inherently more stable. The reasoning given is that it automatically saves each command as you work.
So the implication is fewer crashes, less lost data compared to maybe other platforms.
That's what the source implies, yeah.
Yeah.
And less lost work means less time wasted redoing things. It
Yeah.
sees that stability as kind of foundational.
Makes sense.
And tied into that, they talk about something called command persistence.
Command persistence.
Yeah. So the idea is once you pick a tool, like the line tool, it stays active even after you draw something. You can just immediately draw another line.
Without clicking the tool icon again.
Exactly. No need to go back and reselect it every single time.
Huh. That sounds like a small thing, but I can see how that would add up. Think about how many commands you execute in a day.
Right. The source suggests this persistence, along with other interface tweaks, really saves considerable time over the long haul.
Okay, what else? Any other practical benefits highlighted?
Unit conversion. The source describes it as seamless, like on-the-fly conversion. Meaning you could apparently place a dimension in, say, feet, then just change the drawing's main units to meters or even just that one dimensions unit.
And it just updates without you having to recalculate or redraw it.
That's the claim. It updates automatically.
Okay, I can see that being huge for global projects. Or even just switching between imperial and metric for different deliverables from the same file.
Exactly. The source implies it really simplifies managing different standards and cuts down on potential conversion errors. Oh, and they also mention a nearly unlimited undo. More freedom to experiment, maybe?
Unlimited undo is always nice.
Mhm.
But you mentioned complex data earlier.
Yeah, and this is where the source material spends a lot of time. Data handling. They make a case for MicroStation being particularly good with large, complex data.
Like what specifically?
Point clouds are a big one. The document claims MicroStation can directly import a really wide range of point cloud formats.
Directly. So often without needing to convert them first using some other software?
That's the assertion. The source contrasts this with situations where you might need third-party tools just to get the point cloud into your CAD environment.
And maybe even then face limits on how many points you can actually work with effectively.
Right. According to this material, MicroStation kind of sidesteps that hassle, letting you work directly with potentially massive data sets, like from high-density laser scans.
Okay, that's significant.
And it's not just point clouds. The source really emphasizes that MicroStation is reality model friendly.
Reality models. So like 3D meshes from photogrammetry.
Exactly, or other reality capture methods. The source frames it as being designed to natively handle that kind of complex 3D data. Good for digital twins, that sort of thing.
So connecting the dots.
Yeah.
The document says MicroStation supports, what, over 100 data types natively?
It's the number they give, yeah.
So the ability to handle huge data sets, these reality models, lots of external info, all in one place, they could really change the type of projects you feel you can take on, couldn't it?
That seems to be the argument they're making. Moving into more complex data integration, maybe large-scale existing conditions modeling.
Okay. What about integrating different kinds of drawings?
Ah, yeah, they highlight something called Bridge 2D and 3D.
That's intriguing.
It reportedly creates a dynamic link between your 3D model and your 2D drawings or sheets derived from it.
Dynamic link meaning?
If you change something in the 3D model, move a wall, change a window size, the source claims that change automatically ripples through to your connected 2D views.
Oh, wow. So no more manually updating section cuts or elevations every time the model changes?
That's the idea. Change a property and it updates everywhere. The source positions it as a major time saver and error reducer, keeping everything consistent automatically.
I can definitely see the appeal there. Anything on just usability, day-to-day stuff?
They do mention advanced multi-monitor support, specifically supporting up to 4 monitors at once.
4 monitors, okay.
And also the ability to work actively in any viewport just by moving your cursor there. No extra click needed to make a view active.
Again, sounds small, but maybe reduces friction, especially if you're working across multiple screens, comparing views or references.
That's the implication in the source material, that these usability features add up to a smoother, more focused workflow. Less clicking around, more designing.
So the source kind of pulls all this together at the end.
Yeah, it wraps up by mentioning a comparison chart. According to the document, this chart shows MicroStation stacking up pretty well against competitors, including AutoCAD.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the main points from the source material we covered.
Right, so the source makes claims about strengths in stability and reliability, first off.
Then efficiency in commands, like that persistence thing, and flexible unit handling.
Then the big one. Robust support for many data types, especially native handling of large point clouds and complex reality models, key for digital twins.
Dynamic linking between 2D and 3D for consistency.
And finally, those usability features like the multi-monitor support and active viewports.
It definitely sounds like the material we looked at tries to build a strong case, linking specific tech features to, real-world benefits like saving time, fewer errors.
And maybe feeling more confident tackling projects with really complex data requirements.
And the source itself actually invites people to check it out, right?
It does. It includes a call to action suggesting you can try MicroStation for free to explore these claimed capabilities for yourself.
So a final thought to leave you with. How might things change for you if you could, say, natively handle massive reality models, seamlessly link your 2D and 3D work, and maybe rely on enhanced stability day to day?
Could it change the scale or complexity of projects you go after? Definitely something to mull over.